Shalom Aleichem Rabotai, this is Rabbi Kovacs, and the Mishnah Yomi Shir is continuing for Yud Gimel Cheshvan. We are in the second parak of Bikkurim at Mishnah Het, and we have the challenge and the privilege of learning the four Mishnayot and Shas about the koi. So don't play koi, let's jump right in. Mishnah Het, the koi. This is some sort of animal we're going to see, and the Bartanura here says there's a machloket. What a koi really is. So it could be it's ayil habar, the wild ram, the wild ayil, or it's a tayish, habal alitzvia, that when a male goat loves a female deer very much, that some sort of hybrid, crossbreed kind of thing can result from it. V'yesh omrim birya bifnei atzma, and some say it is its own creature. It's not a crossbreed, it's not a variation of an existing species, but it's something that is its own independent identity, something else. And I've heard it identified with some form of a buffalo, perhaps, maybe, we don't know. And the main issue with this koi we're going to see is our sages, they weren't sure if it's really a behema, a domesticated animal, or a haya, more like a wild animal. So a behema, for example, would be like a cow. You know, it's domesticated. You can keep it fenced in. But if it's more, deer-like or more ayalabar, more wild, more buffalo-like, then maybe it's more haya-like. And a haya is a wild animal. And behema and haya, we're going to see, have distinct halachot. So the Mishnah continues, Yeshbo drachim shave l'chaya. It has ways that are similar to a chaya, a wild animal. Yeshbo drachim shave l'behema. And it has things similar to a domesticated animal. Yeshbo drachim shave l'behema l'chaya. There's some things that are similar to both. Yeshbo drachim she'enu shave lo l'behema v'lo l'chaya. There's some aspects that are not like either the domesticated animal or the wild animal. And this is, again, why our sages had a hard time categorizing what exactly this koi is. So Mishnah Tet begins the analysis. Ketzod shava l'chaya. How is the koi like a chaya, like a wild animal? Damo ta'un kisui kedam chaya. The blood requires covering like the blood of a wild animal. So when we do shechita of a behema, it does not require kisui, and there's a kesher there because the dam behemot is used on the mizbeach as well. But a haya or an oaf, wild animal and birds, the dam requires kisui ba'afar. It requires covering with dirt. So the koi requires this as well. Ve'ein shochtin oto b'yom tov. But you can't shecht it on Yom Tov, im shchato. But if you went ahead and shechted his koi on Yom Tov to eat Yom Tov Suda, ein mechasin adamo. You can't cover the blood. So on a weekday, you have to cover the blood because it's like a chaya. But on Yom Tov, you can't cover the blood. And again, this is because somebody might say, oh, the koi is a chaya vadai, and that's why they're covering the blood on Yom Tov, because moving around dirt, or moving around even if it's ashes from the stove on Yom Tov, well, that would be muksa unless you have a real valid reason to move the dirt around, like covering the blood. But that's only a valid reason, Rabbi say, when the blood vadai needs covering, needs kisui. But when it's a suffix, like the koi, we're covering the blood to be machmir because it's a shtickle like a chaya. It's kind of like a chaya. So if somebody sees us covering the blood of a koi that we just shechted on Yantov, they're going to think the koi is a chaya vadai, not a suffix. And the problem is they're going to come and eat the chaylev out of the koi, the fats that are mutter by a chaya but usher for a behema. So we can't go around covering the blood of a freshly slaughtered koi on Yom Tov because people are going to get the wrong impression and come to eat its chaylev as well. The Mishnah continues, Chelbo metame betumat nevela kachaya. The chaylev, this fat, it's the internal kishka fat of the koi, it's metame. If it was a nevela or a treifa, it's metame. Now it's interesting because the chaylev of a behema we cannot eat. The chaylev of a chaya we do eat, as long as it's not a nevela or treifa, it's kosher to eat the meat. And the chaylev is kosher as well, only by a chaya. But by a behema it's not kosher, but it is mutter, behana, and it does not become tame as nevela or treifa. It's learned out from the pasuk that you can use it, you just can't eat it. The tumato misafek, but this tuma of the chaylev of a koi is misafek because it might be a behema, in which case, as we just explained, the chaylev would not be tamei, but it might be a chaya, in which case the chaylev is tamei. The ein podin bo peter chamor, and you cannot use a koi to redeem a firstborn donkey. As we've mentioned famously, there are some donkey fans that we do redeem a firstborn donkey. It's sort of a hakar satov that they schlepped all the stuff out of Mitzrayim for us. They were much better than an Uber because they were donkey. So even though it's a non-kosher animal, the firstborn, a donkey, does have a special status. If we do not redeem it by switching it onto a sheep, then we have to, God forbid, kill the firstborn donkey. But you might have thought that this koi, there's one opinion that it's a half sheep or it's a sheep hybrid. So you might have thought it's good enough to be redeeming your donkey. So no, you need mamish aseh to redeem your sheep, not a koi. More koi tomorrow coming right up.